Okay, so as you could see there, Jesse once again had a really good night. Got to the front and was able to hold off Tad Pospisil. Dyllan Sillman came home with another top 5 finish. I think he's been in the top 5 every race of the year so far, and Dyllan's going to be a force to contend with the entire summer in his first season of super late model racing. So, and then Bill Layton was 4th, and Chad Holliday was 5th. So, with that, let's get right to the highlights of Saturday night. Saturday night was a $10,000 to win show. I think we had 36 cars sign in, and so again, we'll go right to qualifying, heat race, and then to the $10,000 to win a feature, and I'll be back when we're done with that to kind of wrap this thing up. So enjoy Saturday night, Lakeside Speedway, 10,000 to win.
Each one of these will go 8 laps in distance, and the top 16 in passing points will lock themselves into the main event. Heat race number 1, getting lined up. It'll be Jeff Ike in the 77 on pole with the 10T of Jeff Tharp to his outside. Row 2 will be Jesse Somming and the 30 of Todd Cooney. Row number 3 will be the 32C of Chad Holliday and tonight's fast qualifier, the 04 Tad Pospisil. Dustin Walker, the 14W, and the 99 of Jeff Bone Larson in row 4. Daryl DeFrance out back. 9 cars, 8 laps here for Ideal Ready Mix Heat Race number 1. And Ike's going to have the lead as they go into turns 1 and 2. The first time by Jeff Tharp, trying to play spoiler to his party early, side by side down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, nearly 3 wide back there for 4th as Chad Holliday pressed the issue on the inside lane. Holliday up to the 4th spot. Meanwhile, drag race to the line, given by half a nose piece to Jeff Tharp. Tharp by 4 1/1000ths of a second was the leader of lap 1, but now Jeff Ike has taken the lead outright as they come off of turn 2 that time. Jesse Somming looking to the inside. Now it's an Iowa triple threat at the front of the pack. You got Ike from Cedar Falls, Tharp from Sherrill, and Jesse Somming from Malvern, all going at it in the top 3 positions. Meanwhile, Chad Holliday looking to the inside of Tad Pospisil. They finished 2nd and 5th in last night's main event. Meanwhile, Jesse Somming, last night's winner, looking to pull the slide job on Jeff Tharp as they come off at turn number 4. Tharp, oh, that was tight. Little close for comfort, but they fixed it just in the nick of time. And Somming takes the 2nd spot away, and Pospisil's going to take 3rd. Tharp not too happy with that one. He'll try to charge back. This time by will be halfway done. 4 laps in, 4 laps remain. And it's been Jeff Ike flexing the muscle. The Ashton Brenner heavy hauling rocket chassis. Number 77 looks good at the front of the pack. Jesse Somming runs 2nd. Tad Pospisil's 3rd. And Holliday now throws the slide job on Tharp for the 4th spot. So move Holliday up to 4th, Jeff Tharp back to 5th. Then it's Todd Cooney, Bone Larson, Daryl DeFrance, and Dustin Walker. That's the running order at this point. Good run here for Jeff Ike. Like I mentioned, rocket chassis with a Hallibuilt racing engine between the frame rails on that number 77 for the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Famer. But he's got company. Here comes the points leader. Jesse Somming washes out off at turn number 4, and he loses ground on Ike. Everyone's going to the top lane for answers right now. As next time by, we will have the white flag coming out. 4/10 of a mile to go for the driver out of Cedar Falls, Iowa. Meanwhile, Tad Pospisil has worked his way back to the 3rd spot. Chad Holliday hangs on to the 4th position right now. And now Somming going for more through 1 and 2. Not enough room to throw that slider. And he might just lose the 2nd spot if he doesn't keep up momentum. As Holliday caught the wall on the backstretch, he rights the ship. Meanwhile, up at turn number 4, Jeff Ike will win our first Ideal Ready Mix Heat Race. Jesse Somming 2nd. Holliday hit the wall in turn number 4. Tad Pospisil will take 3rd. Tharp will take 4th. Cooney is 5th. Holliday limps by in 6th. That's Bone Larson, Daryl DeFrance, and Dustin Walker. Number 4, Kansas City. The time has come to scream, shout, and let it all out. You can only hope to contain them because you can't beat them. The beast of the East, the best of the West, the Malvern Bank and Holland with Hoger Trucking Super Late Models. Here we go. Caution lights go out around the speedway. Lakeside Speedway pace truck drops to the infield, and we are ready to settle the score. 10 grand on the line, and it's Tad Pospisil and Jason Haney on the front row of this monumental 40-lap main event. Field tightens up as they go through 3 and 4, and off of 4 race fans. We are all systems go for the finale here at the 12th annual Jayhawk Classic. Off through 1 and 2 the first time. Tad Pospisil will show the race lead. Jason Haney ahead of Dyllan Sillman as the field storms down the backstretch for the first of 40 times here at the Lakeside Speedway. Tad Pospisil, a 2-time winner here at Lakeside. He will be your leader after lap 1. Jason Haney second as they cross the line. Dyllan Sillman is third. Justin Zeitner fourth. Jake Neal looking to the inside there. Pair of former modified aces going at it for position number 4. Zeitner has the spot over Neal as they go down the backstretch this time as everyone continues to search the line. 2 very defined groups here at the Lakeside Speedway. A lot of takers on that low side as we complete lap number 2. And now Dyllan Sillman has worked his way to the second spot. Youngest driver in the field, a 19-year-old phenom out of Aldo, Nebraska, looking strong here as Jake Neal and Jason Haney battle it out for position number 3. Sillman to the top shelf, the first one to do so. Sillman ready to dial up long distance as they go into turn 1. Sillman a little hip check to the wall there off of turn number 1. He's got a good run off the exit of 2. Here comes Sillman. Here comes Sillman. Said that last night during the feature. Pospisil and Sillman, these two battled it out for second in last night's main event. They're battling out for the top spot here tonight on Saturday. Sillman on the backside gets sideways there, just about knocked the stuffing out of the wall. And Sillman is going to lose some serious ground on Tad Pospisil. Meanwhile, Jake Neal, that team has had oodles of mechanical failures last night, just could not get the car running, and now the Ripper coming to life here in car number 1. Jake Neal looking to the inside of Sillman for the second spot. Oh, a big fishtail in turn number 2. Great save, but it'll cost him the silver medal spot. Jake Neal now to second. Sillman trying to right the ship through 3 and 4 this time. He's right up against the wall. Meanwhile, Luke Goddard playing nice and easy there. Just about went 3 wide with Jesse Sobbing and Justin Zeitner for position. Lot of action here in the top 10 as Zeitner now knocks a bit of his spoiler off going into turn 1. That's going to allow Goddard to keep ahead of him as they go down the backstretch this time. Everyone trying to settle into a groove. 40 laps goes by quite a ways here at the Lakeside Speedway as we are now on lap number 7. Tad Pospisil has been your race-long leader up to the point, and like I said, it's still very early in this race. A lot can happen, and usually does. Jake Neal staying to the low side, and now trouble for Zach Zeitner. He'll be the first retiree of this main event. A tough break there for the young man out of Bellevue, Nebraska. Meanwhile, Jake Neal staying to the low side as we go through 1 and 2 this time. Everyone right now, crisp and clean, no caffeine right now. Pospisil continues to show the way into turn number 3. Neal staying to the low side as Sillman high, wide, and round the outside goes the young gun. Here goes Neal down to the inside. Good run off of 4, and at the line, our first official lead change. Jake Neal takes the lead here on lap 9. Jake Neal now the leader, but not for long as Pospisil back to the outside. Pospisil going down to play defense. The 4-time series champion is going to take the lead back as they cross the line. So make that lead change number 2 for the Zeitner Trucking 04. Oh, a little bit of shake and bake there, a little bit further back as Bill Layton Jr. just about knocked the wall down off of turn number 4. Meanwhile, battle between the Iowa natives. Oh, Jason Haney and Jesse Sobbing get connected. They just about got together there, and Sobbing able to pick off Haney. That's for the 4th spot. Meanwhile, we got a caution. Caution is out, debris over in turn number 4. Well, we'll see how everything plays out. Caution lights go out. 29 laps remaining in this main event. Tad Pospisil -1 air filter on his 04 machine. He'll bring us back up to speed, and we are back underway for the finale here at the Jayhawk Classic. On one end, Pospisil is going to be the first one to take on the clean air, but still all that dirt from the racetrack here is Sillman. Look at the power this young gun's got. Sillman to the lead off of turn number 4, maybe. Could we have our third different leader of this race? Survey says yes, Dyllan Sillman, now your leader. Dyllan Sillman, the youngest racer in this field, but only by 4 years under Zeitner. Only 19 years of age and only his 4th night behind the wheel of that rocket chassis. He is looking phenomenal tonight. Sillman, he was last night's number 1 qualifier, finished 3rd in the feature. Oh, it just now caught the wall. And now we got more trouble. Big trouble in turn 1. Big pileup. Big time pileup in turn number 1. Jason Haney over there collected among others. Red flag is out right now. Caution lights go out across the speedway. Finally, we are ready to get back to racing action. Still 27 laps remaining, and it's the young gun, Dyllan Sillman, 19 years of age, on the pole in this one. Sillman starts it halfway through the corner, and we are back to green here at Lakeside Speedway. Sabi going right to the bottom to get the drop on Andy Eckridge. They're 3 wide for 3rd as Jake Neal gets a little hop and skip off the top of turn number 1. And now the crazy one goes to 3rd. Sabi, he picked up the win last night. Could he pull the big sweep on the weekend? Sabi and Neal side by side off of turn number 4. Meanwhile, Sillman continues to show the way. Sillman, first taker, so far the only taker on the outside lane. You have to go back to Charlie McKenna to be the second driver on the outside line. Neal out of shape off the exit of turn number 2. Andy Eckridge trying to pull up aside. The Ripper goes back down and plays defense there as Sillman continues to show the fast way around. Eckridge trying to get the drop on Neal as they go into turn 1. And Neal there to take the line away. Luke Goddard back there in the 6th spot. Justin Zeitner's 8th. Nick Moroff is 9th. And then we got a battle for the 10th spot as Josh Leonard and Jeff Ike going to slug it out. Leonard on the inside. Ike through the middle. He'll pull ahead of Leonard for the 10th position as they come off of turn number 4. Going to be a drag race back to the line. It's going to be Leonard with the spot. Leonard to 9th. Ike to 10th. So right now, Dyllan Sillman now coming off the top lane in the 35D. He may have seen what everyone else was doing. And right now, he's right in the top of 1 and 2 and going to the bottom of 3 and 4. The Jim Shepard racing engine between the frame rails on the XR1 rocket of Dyllan Sillman over a straightaway, over the battle for second as Sobbing has overtaken Tad Pospisil. They finished 1 and 2 last night. They're now 2 and 3 right now as the crazy one cruising on the low side. As we continue to click off the laps here, we're 2 shy of halfway. Dyllan Sillman continues to be your race leader. Jesse Sobbing now 2nd. Tad Pospisil 3rd. Jake Neal 4th. Andy Eckridge the top 5. Luke Goddard currently running 6th. Justin Zeitner right behind him in 7th. Nick Moroff is 8th. Josh Leonard 9th. And now Todd Cooney into the top 10. Good run for the Des Moines native. Matt Ryan back in 11th. Then we got the battle for 12th between Jeff Ike and Andrew Gasiski. Ike's going to win that spot. This time by will be halfway done. 20 laps in, 20 remain, and Dyllan Sillman putting on a run of a lifetime here at Kansas City. Could he be the one? Could he be our 45th different winner all time with the series? The driver out of Alvo, Nebraska. It's about 10 to 15 miles east of Lincoln, Nebraska. And right now, looking good right now. Ran modifieds the last 2 seasons, made the switch to a late model this year, trying to run the West Tour full time. He could be a legitimate contender here. And trouble for Nick Moroff in the 33. He takes that car to the infield. Top 10 finish goes out the window for the driver out of Moscow, Iowa. Sillman, meanwhile, continuing to stay clean and green. You got to wonder about tire conservation. Is that going to be a factor as Sillman caught that concept just yet? Sillman still with a full straightaway advantage. 4.6 seconds the advantage the last time by at the stripe. And Sillman has just about caught the back of the field. This time by 17 laps to go for Dyllan Sillman. He is looking sharp at the top of the field as Corey Zeitner ducks it into the infield. Battle remains for the 4th spot as Jake Neal and Justin Zeitner. They're still not done with each other off of turn number 2. Jay-Z and the Ripper having it out for position number 4 as they go into 3. Zeitner on the top shelf, Neal around the bottom. Meanwhile, Andy Eckridge holding on to position number 6 just in case something goes south between those two. Meanwhile, Tad Pospisil, whatever's bothering, what could be possibly bothering that air filter in that 04 after it got knocked off, it doesn't look like it's affecting it too badly despite the dust. Pospisil doing a good job holding down the final spot on the podium. As now we are into the second half of this race. We will have 14 laps to go when we get back to the flag stand. Dyllan Sillman continuing to show the way, but I believe that lead is shrinking. It's only about half a straightaway. It was 3.3 the last time by. Sami this time 3.0. He knocks 0.3 off that advantage. The car may be going away right now for Dyllan Sillman. 0.3 got knocked off. Sami taking the short way around. Sillman right through the middle of 3 and 4, but Sami is good off the bottom, and so is Pospisil. Let's see what the margin is here as they cross the line. He might have knocked a few more tenths off, and he did. He knocked about 0.8 of a second off, but Sillman is able to open it back up. Justin Zeitner trying to bounce back after the heartbreak in last night's main event, was leading the way until motor issues took him out. We will have 11 laps to go here at Lakeside. Dyllan Sillman, and I believe could make history as being the youngest driver to win with this series. At only 19 years of age, Sillman putting on a whale of a run. Sillman continues to show the way. We'll have 10 to go the next time by. Sobbing 8 into that advantage last time. 1.478 seconds. That was the difference the last time by. 10 laps remaining here at Lakeside. Sillman has gone back up to the outside lane, and Sobbing still has a slow car right in front of him. Sobbing has to go to the inside. Oh, just about got squeezed. Sobbing had to fight for that spot. And that was the slower car, Charlie McKenna. Now Sobbing is going to set his sights on Sillman. 9 to go. Can Sillman pull off the biggest win of his career? Could Sobbing sweep the weekend? Sillman going to the outside lane to dial long distance. Sobbing off the bottom lane, a good exit for the 99. Meanwhile, Tad Pospisil continuing to hang on to 3rd. Sillman going to the outside of 3 and 4, trying to get around the slower car of Curtis Glover. Could Sillman use that car in a pick and roll move? But Sobbing is right there. Sobbing going after it. This is for the lead. Oh, and Sillman bobbled big time in turn 1. He recovers quickly, but maybe not enough. Down the backstretch they go side by side. Sillman, Sobbing, side by side, and Sillman nearly knocks the wall up again. Off of turn number 4, Jesse Sobbing now takes the lead with 7 remaining. Oh, and Sillman takes the spoiler off in turn number 1. This race is just gone out the window for the young gun. Caution is out with 7 remaining. Where do we go from here? 7 laps for 10 grand. Who's it gonna be? Jesse Sobbing, our 4th different leader of this race. He'll bring us up to speed, and we are back underway for the finale here at the Jayhawk Classic. Sillman dropping like a rock early. Andy Eckridge and Justin Zeitner both get by as he tries to fight back. Sillman starting to free fall like Tom Petty right now, back to the 5th spot. Meanwhile, Justin Zeitner, though, he's going to dial up long distance. Pospisil, meanwhile, runs 2nd. And how about Andy Eckridge, one of the E-Series regulars, now working his way to the 3rd spot. Justin Zeitner now trying to run the outside lane. Could he have some speed? Pospisil, though, still digging on the backside of Sobbing. This time around, we will have 5 laps remaining here at Lakeside Speedway. Jesse Sobbing continues to show the way, but Justin Zeitner is narrowing that gap. Pospisil looking to the outside as Zeitner quick to dispose of Andy Eckridge for 3rd. Jay-Z is on the move on the outside lane. It's right up, cushion is right up on the wall now. 4 to go, and Pospisil's got to run. Pospisil may have something on the outside. Here comes the 04. Pospisil side by side with Sobbing, but the crazy one pulls ahead. Absolute great ending to this race here at Lakeside. Pospisil caught the run and won in turn 4. Sobbing back to the lead with 3 to go. Pospisil's not out of this. Zeitner's not out of that conversation either. Zeitner, though, losing ground a little bit. The cushion, like I said, right up on the barriers in turns 1 and 2. 2 laps to go. Sobbing still leads it, but the finish is still uncertain. Pospisil trying to get that outside lane running. Could he do it? 2 laps to go. Pospisil still cannot get the exit of 2 right. Sobbing has got it on his marks. Sobbing staying to the low side this time off of turn number 4. White flag is in the air. Final trip around Lakeside. Jesse Sobbing. He won the West Series opener at Harlan. He won last night. Could he pull off a hat trick here? Zeitner with a massive run off of turn 2. Pospisil defends it. Into 3 for the final time. No one's going to catch him. Jesse Sobbing will sweep the Jayhawk Classic weekend here at Lakeside. Tad Pospisil hangs on for 2nd. Justin Zeitner 3rd. Andy Eckridge 4th. And Dyllan Sillman comes back to round out the top 5. Incredible race. Luke Goddard is 6th, Todd Cooney 7th, Josh Leonard 8th, Jeff Ikey 9th, and J.C. Wyman will round out the top 10. Race fans, how about it? He'll go down to the scales to make it official, but give it up for your winner. Jesse Sobbing pulls the weekend sweep here at Lakeside.
Well, race fans, we thank and appreciate each and every one of you for coming out this evening for the 12th annual Jayhawk Classic here at Lakeside Speedway. And glad to have everyone along for the ride on racingdirt.com back at home. Good night to my family. As Jesse Sobbing down there, Anthony Ainsley is on the hustle right now, trying to make his way. The question is, will the fence be unlocked? We're about to find out, Trenton.
All right, race fans, he's climbing out of the car. He sweeps the weekend. Jesse Sobbing, his first ever $10,000 victory. VP Racing Fuels checkered flag in hand. What a beautiful sight here. See the showing there. Get maybe a quick photo op from our buddy Todd. If not, there we go. Smile pretty there. We'll get one more there with our good friend Todd Boyd down here. Jesse, what a weekend. I mean, 2 absolute nail-biters of races out here. But the 99 was up to the challenge each and every time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, it's the first ever 10,000. I mean, I raced everything. I've never won a 10,000 win race, so, I mean, that's pretty spectacular. I mean, that Dyllan Sillman's, he's been running hard. I don't know if he started slowing his pace, so I'm sure he got his tire pretty hot. But, I mean, it was good to be able to race with him. Me and him have been racing all these nights so far. We've been right up front with him. So it's just great to be here.
What was the key? Because a lot of guys were taking that outside lane early on in this race. You were one of the few guys who stayed to the low side. And sure enough, when the second half of this race came in, the bottom was right there.
Yeah, I mean, it got pretty dirty out of 4 there. I mean, we were throwing crumbs out. But my mission was just save tire, and hopefully we were there at the end. And I mean, it worked out. I mean, it felt like we were just slowing down so much, but somebody was going to have to move you off the bottom to make it work. And I was fortunate. Those guys that I had to race, they kind of went up, so it kind of left the bottom open for me, and I'd been pretty comfortable there the whole race. So.
Man, what a turnaround this has had. I mean, last year, winning the championship without having a single points-paying race win to your name, and now 2023, the turn of the year, you come out and win the first 3 points races. What is it about this team that just got the kick to the rump here that this 99 team had?
Well, I'll say we just got drive and dig. I mean, it's the same car we ran last year. It's the same shocks, same springs, same motor. Kevin Stowe power plant. I mean, it keeps rolling pretty good. The only difference, obviously, everybody noticed a different theme on my car, blue. I mean, obviously, Jay Burdick's behind that. He's blue guy, so I got blue on my car, and that's all right. We've had good luck with it.
I was going to say that may have been the difference because when we had the orange digits on, the only win came from Knoxville and it wasn't for points, and now you rattle off 3 in a row. This has been it's going to be quite a summer watching this team continue on throughout the season.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, like I said, we'll just keep digging. We did put an orange air cleaner top on just to have some sort of orange. That was the crew guys' decision to do that, so we had to have a little orange.
Maybe that's all it takes right there, just the orange air cleaner, because I think that was a case for Tad there. He lost his early on, but maybe that orange air filter cleaner, that did the job.
Yeah, I mean, there'll probably be some guys complain about, them putting their air cleaner back on, but I think that's the right thing to do. I mean, he earned his spot. I mean, they had misfortune. It came off. You don't want to pass a guy just because they made him pull in the infield. I think they made the right call of letting him put the air cleaner on. I mean, these motors are expensive. Tad's a fast guy. There's no sense of sending him back, but I'm sure that's going to be the unpopular opinion, but I would hope it happened for me too. So.
Well, hey, nevertheless, it's going to be a great ride back to Malvern. Tell Jay, I know we would have loved to have the J1 in the field, but hey, you're coming back with 2 big checks. Job well done, sir.
Yeah, he'll like the deposits. He'll be racing with us US 36 next week. So.
All right, how about one more time, race fans, the crazy one, Jesse Sobbing.
Man, what a great race. I think that was Jesse's first $10,000 to win race of his career, which kind of surprised me. He's won a lot of races over the last 20 years. So anyway, I just want to give a shout out to all of the drivers on the Malvern Bank Series and the Holland with Hoker Series. They put on a great show in Kansas City, and so yeah, that pretty much wraps up the evening. The evening there. We are now headed to Warrensburg, Missouri on Saturday, May 13th, I think, for I think this will be our 3rd straight year going to Warrensburg. So if you are out and about, and if that date is correct, because I don't have my calendar in front of me, but yeah, just come on out and join us. It should be a good night of racing at Warrensburg. It's a good track, and our guys always like going down there. So with that, I will sign off for this episode, and we will try to get a video out a little quicker next week, and hopefully that will have some at the track footage. I am planning on racing at Warrensburg, so I'll try to record as much as I can while I'm down there. So in the meantime, don't forget to comment on things you'd like to see, and push that like button or subscribe button. I don't really know what any of that means, but I hear everybody else say it. So anyway, until the next time, hope to see you at the track, and we'll talk soon.